Welcome back. We're jumping into another Pitbull. This is 10 entry max, $20. 100K to first. We are praying for a top 2 pick. And if not a top 2 pick, we'll take a top 5 pick. And if not a top 5 pick, we just want a pick. Hope everyone is doing phenomenal. I myself am. I started a week-long vacation this week. It is the knockout rounds of the World Cup. And yeah, there's best ball to be drafted. Plan on just playing best ball, playing Marvel Rivals, playing Magic the Gathering, and hanging out in the pool watching knockout round soccer for the World Cup. That's it. That's all I'm doing. My wife is on a staycation too. We are in great spirits. Okay, so we did get the third pick, so we'll be taking Chase. Yeah, you can make an argument for Puka this year. I agree, but I kind of like Chase. So that's what I'll take. I've gotten a fair amount of exposure to Chase and Njigba so far. My portfolio is still relatively small, but feeling good with my exposure on both. I don't love Taylor or McCaffrey at their price. I really think that I like Amon Ra a little bit better here than both of these guys. Just again because of who you're getting, obviously in the second round. And if you're watching these, like nothing of what I'm saying is a hot take. Any of the other guys who do this on YouTube, the guys that I watch, that I'm sure you do too, right? It's kind of already known. Like the first couple of rounds are kind of solved. Now that doesn't mean you can't shoot your shot, and that doesn't mean you can't take the guy you want. I was in one of these earlier. I think that draft should be posted before this one, where somebody went James Cook out of the 1-1. Which again, if you're only going to draft a couple of these, and James Cook is your guy, which I'm diehard Bills, so go James Cook. He helped propel me to 2 championships last year and second place the year before. I'm all in on James Cook. I think he's one of the best backs in the league. In my redraft leagues this upcoming year, which are 2 quarterback leagues, I run 2 of them, a commissioner for 2 of them. I will be taking Cook over Taylor or McCaffrey most likely, right? And so that being said, not in these. I'm going to get plenty of exposure to my portfolio to pick up Cook at a much better value. So you won't find me shooting my shot, so to speak, on Cook because I'm going to draft enough of these that I will get Cook in here enough, right? And I'll prioritize him over some of the guys and get good enough exposure to him. But I think he's going to have a massive year. And I think we can count on that because we've learned to count on that with James Cook, right? So all that to say, okay, we're pretty much shocked here. Someone does elect to pull up McCaffrey over Jigba, then Taylor goes, then Brown goes. So pretty much standard stuff through here. Coming back around this way, um, yeah. My hope is that we get lucky and like a Derrick Henry falls to us, or Chase Brown won't, but I guess we would consider Walker. Walker's been seeming to fall a little bit. If they don't, I'll be looking at Bowers or London as one of my pairings here. I did start Chase London in another draft, but we were able to get a really good backfield in that draft. If you guys watched that one, we wound up with really good running back value 3 through 5. So not afraid to do it again. I think London could have a big year this year too. I think because of that, maybe I would take Bowers and then still look to prioritize getting at least 2 running backs in the first 5 rounds. Genty Cook here, Barkley Walker here. Okay. Henry. Okay, Henry doesn't fall. So Achane and Chase Brown are almost certainly going to go, especially with anybody who started with 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 5 started with wide receivers. So yeah, there goes Brown. So we're kind of off living the dream of picking one of these guys up, which is fine. I think of all of this, I think Bowers is very likely to have sort of the most differentiation in the season. We'll see. I mean, if Bowers makes it back to us, he may not, but I would take him. He does not. I'm not going to pull up Love. You guys know how I feel about that. I've said that many times. I just don't think he's priced appropriately for that offense based on their game script. I don't like Brees Hall. We'll look to grab like Etienne or Williams on the turnaround. We'll pick up another receiver here. I think London would be my preference, but the Nakua player has to decide that for us. Yeah, Jeremiah Love is definitely fallen in his ADP. And I'm not surprised. I think everybody understands that the Cardinals are not poised to be a prolific or proficient offense. So London goes there. I don't love Nico Collins because I don't trust CJ Stroud. I don't love George Pickens because I think he's the second receiver on that offense. I don't have any Devontae Smith, I don't think. We could go McBride. You know what? Let's go McBride here. I think if you want somebody out of that offense, it is McBride. And I'm happy to like kind of get some exposure to him there because I don't often pick him up. I think I only have him one or two drafts. So then we'll grab one of these running backs on the way back through. I actually like Javonte Williams better than these folks. I think there's nothing wrong with ETN, but um, I think Javonte Williams really good. Actually, maybe just for exposure purposes, I don't push Javonte here, and I just take ETN. Which again, Hall and Lover. You know what? The other thing we can do is we could take Olave or Rice here. Like I think that maybe this is what we do. And then we grab, if we do that, then we'll have to grab double RB on the way through. So who do we want? We want Rice or Olave? You know what? Let's grab Rice. Let's do that. Oh, right. No, Love goes there. So what happened to Rice? Oh, there we go. Let's grab Rice. I don't have much of him. I think this is a good, right. And then we're going to be looking for, back here, we're going to be looking at DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, Cam Stadaboo. If we get really lucky and he falls, I like Quishon Judkins back here. We'll be looking at, these guys aren't going to be there, but we'd be looking at some smattering of these. Not super high on Travion Henderson, not super high on Bucky Irving. I don't mind Bashal Tootin, so I guess we'll put him down there at the bottom. I like these guys above Bashal Tootin, so we'll see. I actually, of these, I have Stadaboo up here. Judkins in that range too. So we definitely want to grab a running back, at least one running back on the way back, coming back through here. So again, I'm just sliding those dice, and then if they go, we can evaluate. But again, because back here it tends to be so heavy in running backs, you look at a lot of receivers or quarterbacks start coming off the board. I say quarterbacks, it's just Josh Allen, but there's good wide receiver value that sort of reveals itself here. So we should get one of these running backs here. But I like the Chase McBride Rice start. We will look to grab Mahomes. Mahomes ADP is 90. And we are going to have to hope he falls. So we're not going to push up on 75 there. So where is Burrow's ADP? Burrow right now is at 66. Yeah, we'd have to push Burrow as well. So that's okay. It's not necessary to have stacks, but it really does. In a tournament like this, it really does pay to do that. Because again, you're playing for all the money in week 17. So, and I've said this in other videos, and again, in the tune that everyone sings, playing these, you want to make sure you maximize your upside. It's playing it safe is not the way to go. In a redraft league, if you prioritize consistency because you're in it for the long haul, that's it. I agree. That's actually how I draft. I go for floor sometimes more than ceiling. But in these, when you're going to do 10 entries, I think you really just want to aim straight at the ceiling. All right, Javonte Williams finally goes off. I think Javonte Williams is the best pick in the fourth round, not close. I have Williams above Love and Hall this year. And ETN I would have in front of Williams, but Kamara has not departed. So if they're going to share the backfield, I don't know how much workload he's going to have. And Shud runs the ball himself, and he throws, and he's going to have Tyson and Olave and Juwan Johnson. Like that offense is kind of stacked, so I don't know how much ETN gets out of that offense. And Williams, I don't know what Corum's going to do to his workload. He was the bell cow last year, but I just know Javonte Williams is in a great offense. Is there really their only running back threat to speak of? He's going to get goal line touches. I think he's a better asset. I just think he has a higher ceiling this year. So we may get lucky and get Stadaboo here, and that'd be great. If not, Swift is fine. I bet Swift above Tootin. Actually, I have Judkins above Tootin too, and I have Tootin the lowest out of all of these, which his ADP's lower too. So this is kind of okay. So Stadaboo goes. That's no problem. We'll take. I'm going to take DeAndre Swift, I think, over David Montgomery. and then I should get Montgomery or Judkins on the wheel. So I think Swift is fine. And then we'll get Judkins on the wheel here, I think. Well, I think we'll get one of these three guys, right? Yeah, I just think that that's how it's going to work out. He maybe wants to grab another one, but with Gibbs, he may pull the uh, really just shoot for Gibbs as an anchor and go hero RB. The Robinson player already got love as well, so again, the wide receiver value in here is really good. Like, love Jamison Williams. I think Judkins goes to the Gibbs player. I like that pick. So if we punt on Montgomery or Tootin, we're looking at, I mean, I think Price is the last resource you actually want to have. Who do I want more, Tootin or Montgomery? I mean, they're basically, I guess I want Montgomery more. I think they're the same prospect this year. Um, Jameson Williams, I love him, dude. I think he's great. But from where we're going to be here at 70, you will notice that ADP wise, there's still some really good value in here, right? Parker Washington, Mekhi Lemon, DK Metcalf, Quentin Johnson. So if you look at the RB range, you're into that Chuba Hubbard, Ramondre, Tony Pollard range, which I don't think any of those guys are terrible. And I do like Pollard down there. We might look to take Pollard at 75, but yeah, I'm going to be looking to grab one of the wide receivers here to pair up with Jason Rice. And again, we're not going to push for Mahomes. We're not going to push for Burrow either. Right, Burrow, what do we say Burrow is at? Burrow's ADP is 66. Well, if he falls to us at 70, I will take him. The Higgins players here would get. Oh, the Higgins player goes Jackson. So is this guy going to go Burrow on the way back and just have Jackson and Burrow? Because who got Flowers? Flowers is down here. So Taylor H.N. Tootin, love that. Flowers and McMillan. I mean, that's okay, I suppose. We've got Rashi Wright. Would we rather start Chase, McBride, Rice, Swift, Montgomery, or Taylor, H.N., Flowers, McMillan, Tootin? Yeah, I'll take ours. Puka and London got Hall and Irving. I'll still take our stack here. Robinson and Love got Nico, Evans, and Adams. That's pretty good. How do these guys look back here? I mean, I guess they all look okay. Taking Allen here and more. I guess I see that. Maybe he'll go for Kyler Murray later. Um, so yeah, unless the Higgins player is going to try to pull Burrow up, we may get him because even though he's the next rated quarterback, there's no incentive here. There's no incentive for anyone to grab him. The Higgins player is de-incentivized to grab him, unless that was his plan all along. Is just grabbing Jackson and Burrow. Nope, was not his plan at all. So, all right, sounds good. So we'll look to pick up Burrow. If we don't get Burrow, who do we have? Daniels, May, Williams. Um, Daniels goes. If we pick up May, it's not really a stat later. Just out of fate, these three teams for Burrow. This player didn't get Daniels. This player wants Drake May. This player wants Matt Stafford later. So unless they're just grabbing Burrow for the sake of it. All right, they grab Warren. I can't imagine this player grabs Burrow. So we get the ADP fall. We get the ADP fall. I'm taking it. 100%. 100%. Drake May. Sounds good to me. I'll put it at me with a good time. So there's Burrow off the board. Feels great. Probably jam a receiver on the way back through here. So we still have Johnson, Sutton, Reed, Addison. I like all these guys. Running backs. I do like Tony Pollard. But I think uh, yeah, maybe I'd grab Pollard here. If we do that, then we have a pretty solid running back room. We're just behind on quarterback, wide receiver. We'll only have 2 through 7. Pollard goes. Okay, he would have been the only one. I'm not going to take Warren or Ramondre. I have a lot of exposure to Quentin Johnson, but I think I'm just going to keep getting it. I think he's just great. Now, I don't expect Herbert to wheel back around, but should Herbert wheel back around, uh, he won't, though. I mean, I didn't think Burrow would make it down, too. We'll be drafting at 94, and Herbert's 81, so he'd have to fall 15 spaces. That's not happening. But coming back through, RJ, Rico Dowdle are guys I'd be considering. Menunbai and Corum are kind of gross. I like J.K. Dobbins, actually. I actually think Dobbins does above RJ Harvey. I think he's actually the starter there. Uh, I think Dobbins actually is going to be the guy. And we're at 94, so Parasol would be a little bit later. I don't think we'll get like a Worthy or a Wilson, but we'll throw those in the mix as well as the Downs. Don't think Addison will fall. Don't think Reed will fall. But if they do, feel pretty good about it. So this is kind of the range of players we're looking at. We can take one of each. We could also take two receivers, but I mean, I think a lot of these guys will get snapped. The higher IDP guys will get snapped. Kind of down on Pierce since the news came out of camp that he may not be ready. Um, yeah. So Patrick Mahomes has an ADP of 90. And we're going to be drafting at 94. So if Mahomes falls, I will take Mahomes. We'll pair Burrow with Chase, Mahomes with Rice, and then I'll just be done at quarterback. I'd rather Justin Herbert than Mahomes, but I don't think he's going to fall. And like I said, he did not. But yeah, we'll take if we were to do this, we'll take Mahomes just to make sure we get him if he falls down here, which he might not. It depends on what people want to do. And then we'll grab a positional player coming back through here. So our team construction so far is Joe Burrow, staffed with Jamar Chase. We also have Rashee Rice and Quentin Johnson, DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery, and Trey McBride. We do need to grab another running back. That is pretty high priority. Okay, so who went? Dowdle went and RJ Harvey. I'll take Dobbins if he makes it past you. So the question would be, did Mahomes though? Mahomes went too, huh? Yeah, Mahomes went. William Player took Mahomes. Dry Mahomes, dry Williams. Okay. So I'll take Dobbins here. And then I'm not huge on Kyle Monangai. Although we do have DeAndre Swift, right? And one of them's got to be the guy. But I don't know if you just want straight handcuff mode. Maybe we do that actually. Now that I think about it, let's do that. We'll grab. Actually, you know what we can do? We can grab Purdy here. Let's grab Purdy, and then let's grab Parasol on the way back around. And then we're done at quarterback. Yeah, our running backs are going to suffer, but we'll just pound running back late. But let's grab Purdy here. I think we should be able to get Parasol, right? We'll see how this goes. Both these teams have a lot of wide receivers, so hopefully we can grab Parasol here. And if we don't, no, we don't. We can grab Kittle potentially on the way back. He's at 113. We'll be at 118. He's gonna have to fall a little bit. We'll see if that happens. But gave it a shot. Well, J.K. Dobbins might fall back to us, which is kind of gas because I like J.K. Dobbins this year. And then we're passing on Jacoby Myers and Michael Pittman, but we'll get. So coming back through here, we'll be looking for a wide receiver and potentially Kittle. We did go with McBride already, so if we get Kittle, we'd be done, and then we'd only have to go two quarterback and two tight end, and then we can just jam the heck out of receivers and running backs, which we're going to need to do anyway because we're kind of behind. So I think that I have a very strong team, and I think I have a very poor construction. The fact that I have two quarterbacks and one tight end, and we didn't end up getting to stack Purdy, I was shooting my shot on that. I thought there's a chance that Parasol might wheel, in which case I'd want that stack. But the fact that we didn't get it, I mean, it kind of does say, hey, like, we probably didn't need to take Purdy there. We'd probably much rather, like, take Parasol there and then pick up Dobbins here, get another wide receiver. But it is what it is. Purdy's a good quarterback. I've had success with him. He's consistent. We've got Joe Burrow as well, so hopefully one of them stays healthy. But if we're going to go with 2 and 2, that means we're probably going to do something like a 6-8 or a 7-7 maybe on this. Some running backs, some wide receivers. Again, where are we drafting from? We're drafting from 118. So if we go look at ADP, who's going to be in our range? Somewhere Dobbs, I like Concepcion. Um, where is Kittle going? He's at 113. So all right. So we'll throw him up there. I don't expect him to be back, but we'll throw him up there. I'll throw Concepcion up there. Uh, throw Dobbs up there. Throw Aaron Jones up there. All right. Should be something in that range. Where are we actually at? We're at 118. So Concepcion goes off. Of course, we don't need any of these quarterbacks. We're good on quarterback. The fact that we got Burrow and Purdy here in the middle rounds is just that's fine. That's where we're gonna hang our hat on this team. So I guess Krusty Merritt is okay. If if Kittle makes it here, I'm gonna take him. I don't know if he will or not, but news is that he actually is going to be um, playing. I don't think the Loveland player is taking Kittle. Let's see. A little bit of a run on quarterback in this round. Murray, Goff, Nix, and Shug all off the board. Aaron Jones goes. All right, we're taking George Kittle. Stay healthy, my guy. All right, and then we'll get Higgins or Mason. We'll get one of these guys on the turnaround. Wandell Robinson's okay, I guess. Not super huge. I know it. He's fine. Chris Rodriguez, cool with him. Probably have him above Higgins. And where are we at right now? We're gonna probably go 7-7 or 6-8. So we need both. We need both these guys. Um, Dobbs or one of these running backs. We'll take Dobbs. I think my exposure is increasing to him because I kind of prefer him over. We sniper Dobbs from the Drake May player, but I kind of prefer him over this group of players. So we are hurting at running back. We are very weak at running back, and while we have a strong team, we have premium quarterbacks. Um, we have a couple of premium wide receivers. We have premium tight ends. We're suffering at running back for sure, and wide receiver for that matter. So that's it for the rest of the draft is running back and wide receiver. We need three more running backs at least, and we're going to need three more or four more wide receivers. Um, with Chase and Rice, we probably can do seven. So I think we're going to do like a 7-7 here. I don't know if seven's ideal, but we'll see. So we'll just start loading up the running back and wide receiver. I don't really love Keaton Mitchell. Woody Marks is fine. I guess Checo's okay. Jonah Coleman. Now start throwing some wide receivers in there. Coker Diggs, Hunter, Rashid Shaheed. Yeah, we don't need Darnold. Omar Cooper, Jalen McMillan, Jordan Jennings, Jalen Naylor. All right. What draft position are we? We're 142. So we'll see. It is nice having two tight ends and two quarterbacks because we know we don't need to grab any others for the rest of the draft. So we will just be drafting through running backs and wide receivers. We know exactly what we're looking for. No, don't need to eat. Chardonnay. I, I guess Algier. I'm not huge on Spears. Just always think Spears is going to be good, and he never is. Like, he's not. All right, so Samson and Sean Tucker are both good options late too. So we probably want to prioritize one of these wideouts up here because if you look at where Dylan Sampson and Sean Tucker are going at like 173, 177, that's wild. Like that's that's great value here. So we don't necessarily have to take one. We can just stack the wide receivers. Now, I think that Coleman is a sneaky good pick, especially because we have Dobbins already. So We'll have 2/3 of that backfield. So I am interested in him, but I do like Woody Marks a little bit. Which wait, don't we have David? We have David Montgomery. So we're starting to handcuff basically our backfield. Let's take let's take Jalen McMillan out of this pile, and then we'll get one of these running backs on the turn, or at least we should. Or we can say we don't care, and we'll grab Dylan Sampson and Sean Tucker and Tank Bigsby and all these guys later, and grab another one of these wide receivers. Which, when you get way down there in ADP for wide receiver, you start to get these guys where, I mean, Wicks is fine, Malik Washington's fine, Jeremy Renard's fine, but they're not. They're all the same guy. We're kind of in that territory of draft where now you just, who do you think? Who do you think? All right, so we're up to five wide receivers. Okay, I think we'll pick up another running back here now. Um, of these three guys, I guess we take Woody Marks. I've got a lot of Jonah Coleman, I think, so far, so that's fine. All right, so all these guys are guaranteed to be off the board. We'll leave them up there, but they're guaranteed to be off the board by the time we get back up. We're going to be looking at like, where are we drafting next? We're at 166. So maybe one or two of these guys falls, and we're totally cool with that. But Henry goes, Tucker, Pacheco. It's just this is just a soup of all of these names. It always is, and then whoever's shooting their shot on other quarterbacks. And that's kind of what's nice about going like Burrow, Purdy. Which let's check bye weeks. All right, we're good on bye weeks there. Ooh, DeAndre Swift and Dobbins share a bye week, and Montgomery and Mark share a bye week. So we're gonna have to pick up some more. Well, we already knew that. So that means we probably can't afford to pick up Coleman if he falls. That's fine. Where is Charbonnet? What's his buy? Is 11? All right. How about you, Algier? It's 14. Good. Bisbee, 10. Yeah, I'm trying to already stat down 10. Samson, where are you? 11. Cool. Tucker, where are you? 10. All right. So, yeah, all my guys are off on that 10 week, but here's what it is. We just got to make it out as a top two. So, all the receivers are going down here. This is great because we do need more running backs. So I feel pretty good about just snapping these running backs off. So move Bernard up there, and we'll throw out Tank Dell and Bain. Oh, let's grab Ray Davis. Did Ray Davis just go? No, let's grab Ray Davis. He didn't walk 195. Yeah, let's definitely grab him. He can give you some bid weeks, and if Cook goes down, he's a lead winner for sure. I've been thinking about that. Maybe this is where you just want to go grab like the absolute most premium handcuffs you can, and you grab the Ray Davises of the world and just say, hey, look, I know that this guy's going to be a dud 90% of the time, but if the guy he handcuffs goes down, then I just have a lead winner. Straight up. You basically got James Cook 2.0, James Cook light in the, 16th round or whatever. Um, yeah, pretty high on him. So we'll get one of these running backs coming through here. I like Sampson better than I like some of these other guys, but we'll get one of them, and then we'll probably need to take wide receiver as well. So we'll take some combination here. Don't love Trey Harris. Don't love Antonio Williams. Don't love Tesla though. Stripling, I guess, is okay. Where are we? Now we should be. We're almost on the clock. Trey Harris goes. Algier goes. I guess we're just going to take Charbonnet. That's a lot of Charbonnet. I feel like I just keep getting him down here. Dylan Sampson is too far down. So Bigsby goes. Yeah, all right. We'll take Charbonnet, I guess. I mean, I feel like Dylan Sampson's a good handcuff too. All right, we'll take Charbonnet. We'll get one of these guys. We'll get Dylan or Sean Tucker on the turnaround. Ray Davis later, so maybe we'll grab Bernard or one of these guys. It doesn't really matter. At this point, it doesn't really matter. For our wide receivers, we only have five right now. We need more for sure. We need at least two more. So if we go, I don't like any of these running back wide receivers. I'm going to do it, Dylan Sampson. If we go here and we get our sixth running back, and then we need two more wide receivers, and maybe we'd grab Ray Davis as well. So let's look at who we're going to have in wide receiver down here. This is probably going to be like Detroit Franklin, Darnell Mooney, Ted Hurst, Pat Bryant, Keon Coleman. Yeah, kind of just these guys. These guys of the world. Team down. And enjoy your retirement. I feel like we're probably pretty much in that range. Sean Tucker or Ray Davis are probably the only running backs I want to consider. We already have six, so we could grab one more, and that'll be fine. But we definitely need two more wide receivers. So we'll try to stay on ADP here. What we'll probably do is if Ray Davis is 195, and I would like to add him to the pile unless somebody else snags him, we'll take him here and then we'll just go receiver. Even though we're right on here, I think he's like the last running back I want if I'm going to get a seventh. So we'll see how that goes. If not, then we'll probably end up with eight wide receivers. Right? Yeah. We should probably go eight wide receivers anyway and just pick them up. But we'll see if Davis gets back here. I like these. I like these running backs just fine. So our backfield is not premium. We're going to get some points, but it's not premium at all. But what we traded for that was having two anchor wide receivers with some pretty good secondary talent. We have a McBride and we have a Burrow and a Purdy, and we've got both of our folks stacked. Burrow stacked with the asset in Jamar Chase, and Purdy has Kittle, who has shown to be a reliable target of his for, well, a long time. So feeling pretty good on that front. We'll definitely just grab one of these wide receivers here. I think we actually do need. Feel like we need eight wide receivers as much as I want to add Ray Davis to the mix. Feel like we need eight wide receivers. So, although Ray Davis, what's your bye week, bud? 7? Could help. I guess maybe I'll just add Ray Davis to the bottom, and if he's there in the last round. But I want to grab two of these wide receivers. We need 8. Um. Oh, it took Tate Dell. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Whatever. We need two receivers. I went past my pick there. It's fine. We'll grab another one of them way back. I have so much Wicks and Franklin. Maybe move Mooney up just to diversify it down here. Nothing really matters. Don't think it really makes any difference. I went by my pick there, but I don't care. Like Dell, Mooney, Hurst, Wicks. This is all the same thing. Just like insert some random ones here and hope that you get some really big weeks from them occasionally when you need them. Right. So, all right, we got two more picks here. We'll grab one of these guys. It looks like actually did Ray Davis go? Ray Davis went. Sounds good. Okay, we'll grab Mooney. And then we'll grab one of these guys on the way out. Surratt, we can throw in that pile. Uh, Torrey Horton. We'll get someone. Um, yeah, this is fine. All right, let's take a quick look across the board. Anybody stand out? Um, all right, so after 4 wide receivers, Team 11 ignores wide receiver forever. So their back room looks like Neighbors, Ibuka, Dunze, Thomas, and they do have Lawrence stacked with Thomas, and they do have Dart stacked with Neighbors, plus Genty and Cook, Gainwell, Rodriguez. Um, oh, and Dart got Likely and Strange. This is actually a really good team out of 11. I like their construction with their double stacks. It's pretty good. Uh, who else? Okay, so how did the guy who went Jefferson, Hampton, Allen, Williams go? He ended up adding Price and Harvey, Moore and Pierce, Pitts, Kincaid, Murray, Diggs, Naylor, Juicy. I just don't like his wide receiver room. I mean, maybe his wide receiver room is on par with ours. No, and then we have McBride. We have the premium tight end. The Bowers player ended up with the backfield of ETN, Henderson, Hubbard, Stevenson. I don't hate that. Njigba, McLaurin, Downs, and Shakur. I do not love that. Nix and Darnold. Nix is stacked with nobody. Uh, Bryant and Rogers is stacked with Bernard, and Darnold is stacked with Njigba. So he does have a stat for each. Weird that he wouldn't try to get Mendoza. Maybe he got sniped on Mendoza somewhere. Oh yeah, Mendoza went down here. Just that random Mendoza reach with no stacking, unless he backstacked him, did he? No, he didn't. Oh yeah, he grabbed a Mayer. Okay. Sounds good. So he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide receivers. Okay. Yeah, because we did what we did. I like us going with. Um, I like just going with 7 wideouts here, or going with 8 wideouts. Excuse me. 6 running backs. So who's up? Franklin. Well, they'll take him. All right. So the team wound up Burrow, Purdy, Swift, Montgomery, Dobbins, Marks, Chevrolet, Sampson, Chase, Rice, Johnson, Dobbs, McMillan, Dell, Mooney, Franklin, and we have McBride and Kittle both stacked with their quarterbacks. I will say that I know without actually going and looking at my portfolio, I'm winding up with a lot of Quentin Johnson. I'm winding up with a lot of Romeo Dobbs. I'm lining up with a decent amount of David Montgomery. And I think my exposure to Chase and Burrow is actually pretty high too. So this is not too dissimilar from the teams that I draft, but I like my guys. So good team. I think overall a good draft. Is it capable of being the winner? I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned during the season to find out. But I do thank you for checking out this draft. I thank you for checking out the channel. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. It's a great way to support me and help me keep doing this because I'm having fun. And see you guys in the next one.